Hello and welcome to the Brother Slim. This is Cam and this is the first video of the year, it feels like, which is pretty crazy. As a little quick channel update before we get into things, I am in the middle of moving, as you can see by the blank space behind me. So I don't know how much actual content's going to be coming up for the next couple of weeks here, or we'll be moving the beginning of February. Might make a quick little channel update video about it anyways too, just to keep people updated. However, today is a fun day. It's the first Normandy update of the year and the first post-campaign update. I took a really quick little cruise through and there are some interesting things, and this will be the first time actually reading through it. So let's dive into update number 17, David's Miniatures Pledge Manager and Update Schedule. Hi Spacers, it's been a while, hasn't it? The Normandy Kickstarter campaign already feels like a wild, distant memory, but what a ride it was. Thanks to all of you, we pushed past incredible milestones, unlocked amazing content, and built a thriving community around this game. And of course, we're not slowing down. There's still plenty of work ahead, and we can't wait to show more or to share more with you. No matter if you boarded during the campaign or just now, welcome aboard the Shepherd. A little quick rundown, or a quick note there too. It was a great campaign. There was lots of constructive feedback, not too much negativity, and any sort of things that was perceived poorly was again brought up constructively, which was awesome. Also, from my understanding, Marcin or any ITU staff didn't end up in the hospital, and there wasn't any big industry drama surrounding the campaign like I think there was one for the last one or two campaigns too. So great success across the board. For those who are new to how we do things at ITU, here's a quick rundown. We release regular project updates to keep you informed about progress, production, and everything happening behind the scenes. Typically, your updates come every 6 weeks, but this one is dropping a week earlier than planned. Why? Because it would have overlapped with an update for Kingdoms Forlorn, and we want to keep things evenly spaced. So you're always up to date without long gaps in between. That sounds great to me, especially doing these little coverage videos. Also, for anyone that is new, ITU updates are generally speaking some of the best in the business, in my opinion. Great mix of lore, arts, assets, and also like quality of life improvements on the things that they're making, which is really neat. Hi, Lake Lou. If anyone can hear, I've got a little cute squeaky puppy underneath me. Good girl, bud. Okay, and so we're also making some adjustments to the overall update schedule for all projects to improve consistency, but more on that later. Cool. And then, yeah, I think that's fine. We'll just skip past that. The Davids, the intruders you created. At ITU, the enthusiasm for Normandy runs deep among our team members. Seeing how passionate everyone is about this project, Marcin created a program that allows anyone, regardless of their department, to contribute under his guidance. Sometimes it's just about tossing out a few ideas that spark the creative process, fueling our artists, designers, and even Marcin himself. A great example of this is the unique specimens for the Davids, the intruders you selected during the campaign. The concept behind this came from none other than Matthews, our QA team leader who played an active role in shaping their designs. Below, you'll see what his ideas evolved into, Grim Philosopher, which is just such a good one. And that art slays. That is so sick. Yeah, I love that. The Davids don't have leaders in the way we understand them. They are a chaotic, shifting mass bound by something far more primal than hierarchy. But even among them, one figure stands apart, the Grim Philosopher. Is he their commander, their shaman, their oracle? No one knows for sure. What is certain, however, is that they revere him, forming a protective barrier around him, ensuring that no enemy ever reaches him. He does not fight, he thinks. And in his presence, so do you, unwillingly, obsessively. To approach him is to drown in an overwhelming tide of questions you were never meant to ask. The air around him warps with the weight of introspection. Who am I? Where do I come from? Where am I going? These are not mere philosophical musings. They are afflictions. Thoughts that spiral into madness, unraveling the mind until reality itself feels uncertain. Fun. Goliath, the demigod. Oh, that is a terrifying chain limb prosthetic / walking stick? Okay. Also creepy cool. Among the Davids, most have lost their sense of self, becoming something both more and less than human. But Goliath is different. He has not surrendered to madness. He has embraced it, shaped it, and made it his own. He named himself Goliath. Not just a name, but a declaration. He alone is worthy. Goliath believes he is the next step in human evolution, the only rightful heir to what came before, the perfect being in a world of weakness. Other Davids? They are lesser, flawed creatures barely worth his attention. Spacers? They are a stain on the purity of existence, an infection that must be purged. The others serve him, not out of loyalty, but out of fear. When he walks, they step aside. When he speaks, they listen. And when he fights, the battlefield trembles beneath his feet. These are just two of the unique specimens that will make the Davids one of the most terrifying factions in Enormity. Each of them warps the battlefield, forcing players to rethink their approach, adapt, and sometimes simply survive. What do you think? Which one do you fear the most? Grim Philosopher is my favorite of these two for sure, but Goliath is really neat too. And yeah, I'm really excited that David's made it in. I think androids are such a fun... It's absolutely a trope in sci-fi, but they're such a fun realm to kind of play within. And this is such a fun take on unique intruders to face off on. Big fan. Okay, bringing the miniatures to life. That is a creepy close-up. Love it. The process of creating Enormity's miniatures is still in full swing. Our talented 3D artists are hard at work transforming concept art into fully realized 3D models, ensuring that every detail is captured. And now, take a look yourself. Some incredible creations are taking shape just for you. Horrifying, and I'm here for it. And again, I've commented this a few times throughout the campaign, but these sculpts look so much better than the last Aeon Trespass campaign, where they just kind of came off a little flat. And I don't know, I think they might have been maybe trying to have it like a little bit more realistic to the detail of what the plastic would be, rather than like the detail that can be present in a 3D render. But at the end of the day, it doesn't sell the product well, and I think like these, where who knows, we might not get this exact specific detail in the mini, like all of the little finger lines and such, but this looks great. And even if the miniature doesn't quite hold up to this, it'll still look really good. And so having this as a starting point, at least for people to visualize what they're getting, is a much stronger point. Oh, it's so creepy. Yeah, chonky creeper, that's for sure. Then the Many Faiths, the Many-Mouthed Unique Specimen 2. Again, so like for example, all of the detail on the skin might not show through in the final mini, but the fact that we can see it and that we know that there is going to be lots of detail is a plus. Oh, you're so creepy. Yeah, I think the grin might be my favorite part of the base game. They're so creepy and I'm here for it. Weird little troglodyte T-Rex thing with a big mouth. Love it. This guy's also really cool. Big wide grin, so alien yet vaguely human. Terrifying. And look at those sweet little finger toes. Oh, close up in the face. Yeah, that is horrific. Ooh. Oh wow, yeah, they're like high heel hands. Nasty. This guy, I actually don't know what it is. Oh, it might be the Spectres or something. I can't remember what they're called, but they were the not AI, android adjacent, not true sentience. I can't remember the name of it, but I think that's probably what it is. And they take human trophies or something like that. However, designing miniatures isn't just about making them look good on screen. They need to be functional, stable, and visually striking when they land on your tabletop gaming. Yep, very good. That's why we're constantly prototyping and refining. We've been 3D printing miniatures in-house, testing their stability, proportions, and overall feel. Each prototype allows us to fine-tune the sculpt, ensuring that the final model is well-balanced, durable, and packed with as much detail as possible. Below, you'll find some of the latest prototype prints straight from our in-house workshop. Remember though, they are still work in progress. So this is the baseline David. So one of the cool things with 3D printing is the amount of detail that you can get, which you can't quite get in like the full mold minis down the way. So for example, like just how exactly thin and shredded the pants look, and that little bit there, and those fingers, probably too thin for the final production stuff. But it is really cool to kind of be able to see, like iterate basically. And I think these are little, I can't remember what they're called with 3D printing, not mold lines, but it's where it gets filled in with the print stuff. Very cool, very, very cool. We got our Grubbly troglodyte hand guy, fun stuff. Ooh, looks great. Beautiful full frontal. Oh, I think this one was called the Starfish. We saw some art of it at some point, and it's so gross. Yeah, it's so creepy. It's one of my favorite ones, though. Cash DeCure joined the writing team for Enormity. We're happy to announce that Cash DeCure, a talented writer known for his work on titles such as Disco Elysium, Sunless Sea, Submariner, and Sunless Skies, will be joining us as a writer for Enormity. With his impressive background, Cash will be working on the game campaigns. We're excited to see the unique narrative elements and depth he will contribute to our games. Welcome aboard, Cash. I'm actually not familiar. I've heard some of these names before, but I'm not really familiar. If anyone knows more info on these or this fellow in general, feel free to drop that in the comments. I'd be very curious. Pledge Manager, what do you need to know? If you're new to crowdfunding or just need a refresher, let's talk about the Pledge Manager. what it is, how it works, and when you can expect it to launch. The Pledge Manager is an essential step after the Kickstarter campaign. It's an external platform where backers confirm their pledges, select add-ons, and provide their shipping details. This is also where you'll be able to upgrade your pledge if you decide you want more content or missed something during the campaign. It essentially works like a crowdfunding-friendly online store, allowing backers to finalize their orders before production begins. We're currently planning to open it in February. To ensure everyone is well prepared, we'll be releasing a dedicated update at least 2 weeks before the launch. For now, all you need to do is sit tight. There's still some time before you'll need to confirm your pledge, but if you have any burning questions about the process, feel free to drop them in the comments. Update schedule changes. Okay, so we just touched on things earlier. So basically, they're just, to summarize this piece, they are reorganizing how the updates drop just so that they come in like a more even keel rather than being 3 weeks in a row updates and then 3 weeks without any. So the update schedule is now, next one is going to be for Normandy is March 6th, April 17th, May 29th, Kingdoms Forlorn, January 30th, so next week, March 20th, April 30th, and so forth. Aeon Trespass, February 6th, April 3rd, May 15th, and so forth. This doesn't mean that we won't ever post updates outside of these dates. As always, if something important comes up, we'll make sure to let you know. Speaking of, just kind of a funny little tagline here. So, it seems like it's been limited to just a handful of copies, but some of the UK backers have not received their things yet, which would be very, very frustrating. And it was shared in a comment thread in Hello, Lakealoo. Let's scoop you up. Oh, there you go. That's a good puppy. Okay, maybe this is a bad idea. There you go. Down a little bit. There you go. In BGG, that Michael, I don't know the correct pronunciation for Polish. But yeah, he shared a very passionate, very informative read about like being very sorry and very upset about how things have gone. Like it sounded TLDR. They had prepped for a whole bunch of things as far as all of the deliveries went and thought they were prepared for everything. And then last minute were slapped with, oh, hey, you actually need to do X, Y, and Z that you didn't know about beforehand. So crappy situation that they're working through. So I think that is basically a summary of what's here. But it was something that they waited to update and shared in BGG thread instead. And I think just like a quick little emergency update for these backers might have been the better case. At least that's what affected people online wanted to see. And I get it. Like, I think most stressful time during a fulfillment or during a crowdfunding campaign is waiting for your game to arrive. And if pretty much everyone's received it except you and a handful of people and you're getting crickets from the company, like that wouldn't feel good. So totally get that. Okay, a short update for our KF backers. See you next week with a banana for scale. Very, very cool. So they're going to be delivering soon, and I'm assuming, or moving towards that soon. I don't know what specific the date is, but this is probably like their final production copy to review, is my guess. I admit, I do have a little bit of FOMO having decided to cancel my Kingdoms Forlorn pledge. Rationally, I know it was the right call. I don't have enough time to play it, and it's a bigger like mechanical game than Aeon Trespass from looking at it, and that the game flow doesn't work for me as good. But I still feel that FOMO for sure. Like looking at the final production pictures and assets and such, it looks fantastic. So anyone who's got it on the way should be very, very stoked and happy about what's coming up. That's all for today. Stay vigilant, spacers. The darkness of the shepherd holds many secrets yet to be uncovered. See you next time. Yep, I'll just say too, for anyone joining for the first time, again, IT updates are great. The stuff that they tease and stuff that they show is unreal. And just how much things evolve and are iterated from the crowdfunding campaign is extremely impressive. It's so cool to see. So this is going to be the first of many of these as they come out approximately every 6 weeks or so. And we'll see you for the next time. Signing off with the pupper on the lap. Woo! Bye!